Hello people, welcome to Bedak Farms once again, and my name is Kennedy, and thank you for always watching and touching back or just contacting me for more ideas and also your questions. I'm always available to help you to answer some of your questions. So the whole of this month I'm tackling this topic about eggs production. So last week or in our last video I was talking about when eggs best lay early, what are the factors that makes best lay early, or what are the things. But today I want to talk about this thing. If I've raised the birds and they are not still laying, what do I need to do to get my birds to lay? What do you have to do? For at times some people raise birds and it's all the way to like 25 weeks, 22 weeks, 23 weeks, and still birds are not laying. But the point is, what weeks are the birds supposed to lay? Most of the birds, their pre-laying stage starts from 17 weeks. So if your birds lay at 16 weeks, it's okay. But mostly the pre-laying stage is at 17 weeks. That's where you start picking eggs. That is why I was saying last week that we picked an egg very early, which was 15 weeks. That was very, very early. But if the birds are more than 17 weeks, 18 weeks, let's say from 20th week going, if the birds are not laying, that calls for concern. And how do you also continue to maintain the consistency of the eggs? So one, I always say this, you have to continuously weigh the birds. Continuously weigh the birds. So let's say my birds are 20th week, 22nd week, and they are not laying. What do I need to do? See, they are very hungry and they've seen that they start feeding them, so that's why they kind of jumping around. So the point is that if you keep on seeing that maybe 22nd week there's no egg coming, weigh the birds. That's the first one for you to weigh the birds. And after that one, the second one is to check the soya that is in your feed. Listen to this very carefully. You are not checking for anything. Check the soya. But if the birds, the laying is delaying, or the laying is delaying, that means your protein in the feed is about 90% that the protein is very low. So all what you're doing is to check their protein, that how many soya do I add to the feed. So the first one is to add the first one is to check the weight of the birds. If you check and the weight of the birds at the same as 18 weeks, 20th week, and even still, your birds are not up to, like, let's say 1,700, 1,500, all the way to 1,000 grams, that means you have a problem. And you must check the feed. And the feed, what you are checking is the protein content of the feed. And if you know your protein content of the feed is low, then you have to increase the feed. In the next video, I'm going to tell you how to calculate your protein content of the feed. When we say how many protein in the feed, how many carbohydrates in the feed, all these things I'll teach you how to calculate them, so that you know the feed I'm giving, I have about 17% protein, I have about 15% protein. I'll teach you how to calculate them. For each component that you add to the feed have its own protein content. So next time I'll teach you how to check the whole protein. For at times some people come to me and they call me and said, Ken, my birds are not laying. And I ask them, how many protein are you giving to the birds, or how many soya? Because soya, the protein comes through most of the stuff. And they tell me 120. I say no. And I check the protein content for them and I tell you maybe add more of your protein, or maybe it's too much, reduce it. So if you're not laying at that stage, 20th week, 21st, 22nd, check the protein. The next one that you want to check is, you want to check how, the quantity of the feed. Know how many, the weight of the birds, and the feed the birds have to consume. Because if the weight is not matching it, you're going to be different. is going to be different. So at the 18th week or that week, you still want to make sure you check the quantity of the feed. If it's 70 kilos that week that you have to give per every 1,000 birds, and we are giving 50, it's not going to help. You know, and if it's like 60 and you are giving like 40 kilos because that's what you want to do, it's still not going to help. So you check your feed quantity at that week. If it's like 22nd week and you are still giving them 40 kilos per 1,000 birds, which you were giving when they were like maybe 10th week, they're not going to lay the eggs. So the one thing that you need to do is the quantity. So as I said, the first one, check the age of the birds. The second one, you check the protein content of the feed. The third one, you check the quantity of the feed. Now, after checking all that, what do you need to do? Should I continue to make the same feed for them? No. If you figure out that the feed is very low, excuse me, make different feed for them. Even at the 22nd week, if you have to make their old feed for them, starter feed, you have to make it so that you can get the weight for you. Otherwise, you may be giving the grower feed, which is full of what's the name? Fiber. The rice bran, the wheat bran, whatever you use, is full of fiber, which is for metabolism, the intestines of the birds to develop. So if you are giving at that stage, continue giving all the wheat bran or the rice bran, which is about, some people give 150, 100, whatever. You are still letting the birds get low quality protein of the feed, and they are not going to gain the weight on it. They are not going to grow faster for you. So if the laying of the birds have delayed past 20-something weeks, these are the things that you do. That's as I said, change the feed as you add more soya to the feed, and you reduce the wheat bran in the feed, reduce it, or the rice bran, reduce it. Add more soya for the birds to gain more weight, and then later on, when you see that they have started dropping, you decrease the soya. And one thing that you want to do again is that when these birds delay, that's for your advantage. When the birds delay and they get to like 20-something week, 23rd, and they start laying, they're gonna lay bigger eggs. That one for sure. Because the system of them have really developed. They have grown. So their eggs are going to be bigger. Their eggs are going to be bigger than when they started laying at the 15th week or the 16th or 17th. That's why I told you our birds over here laid early, but that wasn't a good signal. Because we're gonna pick pullet for longer time for like the next 3 weeks. It's gonna be more pullet. So like they get to 18 weeks where they are fully mature, and we start to get this eggs that we are referring to. So people, these are some of the things that you need to do. When you see that the production is delaying, these are the things I want you to do. Check the weight. That's one. After you check the weight and you see the weight is below the weight, the weeks of the bird, check the soya that you are putting in the feed. The next video will be how much soya you have to add to the feed. Check the soya. If the soya is very low, now you change the feed. If it's starter feed or you increase the soya, that way the birds will get better feed to eat. So they start laying, and now you bring the soya back to the normal state. So don't be giving only wheat bran to your birds. You'll be saving money, but it will cost you along the way. Go about like 25th week, 28th week, and still your birds are not laying. It's not good. I will show you later on how if you get eggs today, at what point you have to get the highest peak. At 100%, what is the stage? I will show you all that so that we can get all these things figured out. So I want to end the video here. One thing that I want to encourage you is that people, business is not meant for weak people. It's meant for the tough-skinned people. People can stand time, and time will determine. So one thing I'll tell you is that no matter what the pottery sector is costing you or doing it to you, stand on your feet. The maize can be an issue. People managing for you, maybe back home, can be an issue. Maybe the birds are dying. Get a thick skin. Get a tough skin. Move up. Do something. And if you also want to start poultry farming, I will encourage you to start. Even if it's 100 birds, don't sit down. Start with 100 birds, because every step or every 1,000 miles begin with a step. With the 30 crates or the 1 crate that you see as an egg, start with 1 bed laying. For 1 bed laid, another one. Before we get one crate with 30 eggs. So if you want to start with 50 beds, that is okay. 30 beds, that is okay. Start doing something, okay, and move up in whatever you want to do. Don't just sit there, maybe watching all the YouTube videos. Oh, next year. The next year is this year. So start doing something, and one day you tell your story. Maybe after watching Mr. Ken or doing this, I was able to start doing this. That's the encouragement I want to give it to you. I want to live for you. And I will say, chase your dreams, and money will follow you. Peace. Shalom.